Okay, what are we gonna learn today, folks, ladies and gentlemen? Oh my God! Attention, black men, not black women, black men. DACA is none of your business. What can we learn today with Mr. BBC himself? What he's gonna teach us today, children? What can we? Because we gotta stand at the all of the American male. What is he gonna teach today, children?
Of these people. Before we talk about that, let's give a brief overview of the history of Mexico and America and Mexicans in America.
Oh my God! Today, folks, the link will be down below. Let me just chime in here. Let's look at Mr. BBC himself, Mr. American male. You know how it is with American men. He got little glasses on, and we teach you about the history. Now, brace for yourselves, children. We know for a fact when they talk about history, we have to stand at the intelligence of the American male. Because after all, they have all the answers.
He landed and he came to the Valley of Mexico and met a people called the Mexica, met a lot of other tribes, and these people were the Siberian Mongoloid type. That was their ethnicity, and they had been to a certain extent oppressed and ruled over by the dark skinned and some more fair skinned polymorphic race, the indigenous black Aztecs. And so they told the Spanish, hey, that's where you want to go. That's where all of the gold is. We'll show you how to get there. And thus began colonization in the New World. It wasn't long before the Spanish defeated the Aztecs. And so Mexico themselves won't acknowledge this history, of course, that the Aztecs were black. You'll see a lot of Mexicans masquerading in Aztec costume, doing various festivals and holidays. And I'm telling you this, left-wing black people that wanna protest DACA being taken away or phased out in the next 6 months, is what Attorney General Jeff Sessions said. I'm telling you this because the Mexicans have, I'm establishing a long track record that they have of aiding in the oppression and aiding in the subverting of any type of black power structure.
Oh my God, Mr. BBC. How in the hell did you get that? The link will be down below. Oh my God, man. I didn't know this was Comedy Central here. Dude, let me tell you something right now. If any American talks about history, I'm sorry, I don't listen to them. I need to have actual evidence of what you're talking about, because this guy, it's like he makes stuff up to go because we have to fit the narrative that the black man's a victim and these Mexicans are the oppressors. The link will be down below. I have nowhere to begin. Now he started talking about the border and the land and Chicanos and all this other stuff, and they was occupied, and he has little glasses on. He's so intelligent. We all have to listen because he is a male, not just any male, not just any American male. He's an Afro-American male because he's going to get in the gritter of the truth behind, because he has all the answers. But I have to say something right now, bro. I keep telling this, man, black American guys are fucking stupid. There's no questions about this. It's just stupid, period. Now he started talking about the Texas and the border and then the all this other stuff that he mentioned about there used to be, and that was the land here. Let me explain something to you. how stupid and dumbed up. Remember the Alamo? Look, the reason why the USA went to war with Mexico was because Mexico banned Americans for 10 years because they were breaking the laws in Mexico because they wanted private slavery. Mexico had the rule, had the law that says they abolish slavery. Americans were going to Texas at the time and they were practicing slavery. Mexico said, you're not supposed to be doing that. That's bad. We don't want that here anymore. The Americans got mad and therefore declared war against Mexico. All those states you see, California, Arizona, Nevada, all those places, all those states, Texas especially, all those states was on the premise of Americans to continue practicing slavery. That's what happened, bro. You want to hear the truth of why they went to war with Mexico? That's the reason why. Nope, not the Americans. They got a picture that represents the Alamo and all that stuff. No, bullshit. They know this. Now comes to this dude's version of history. Oh, the Aztecs were black, and these Mexicans don't want to recognize it, and the Norteños and Sureños and the black, and look at their track record of suppressing black power movements. Dude, I'm sorry to say this to you, but I don't think Mexicans are trying to suppress black power movements, because we don't care. You're not that important. I mean, you want a black power movement, go do it. Mexicans are not going to stop you. Oh, they're trying to infiltrate. Why would they want to infiltrate your black power movement when there's nothing to benefit from it? Nothing. They don't get nothing. That's why I talk about DACA. DACA is a legal issue. If black Americans don't want to support it, then don't support it. If you don't like it, then don't support it. That's why I have an issue with a lot of these people. That's why when you engage in conversations with a lot of black Americans and the stuff they make up, it's made up. This stuff is complete. Let alone the fact that, oh yeah, the natives there were helping out the Hernan Cortez, and that's where the gold is, and the Aztecs were blacks. Okay, I don't know what made up history book you've been reading, but that's not the truth. You want to hear the truth? Oh, the black Aztecs. Well, your so-called black Aztecs were bullies. Your so-called black Aztecs were enslaving other indigenous tribes. That was the Aztecs. You don't want to hear that, Mr. Pro-Black, Mr. Afrocentric. Hashtag boycott black women in America. We gotta go overseas. Mr. BBC himself wants to create this revisit history about Mexico. Oh, it's the black Aztecs. They were. You act like you're the freaking victim. The Aztecs were not good people either. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't like the Spanish either. But don't sit there and paint the Aztecs as these lovable people. They weren't. Look at their history. And the Aztecs were bullies. They were enslaving other indigenous smaller tribes. This is why so many indigenous tribes sided with Hernan Cortez. And what he will not acknowledge the fact was the Aztecs later on made a deal with the Spanish, and they made an alliance with each other. It's called a Triple Three Alliance. Now, why won't he mention this? He's not going to mention this because he doesn't know. I told you this, man. Americans don't know what they're talking about. I got no problem you don't support DACA. I got no problem if you don't like Mexicans. I don't know why DACA means Mexicans, because there's all types of people in DACA programs, not just Mexicans. But let's go with just Mexicans, because that's how Americans think, that everyone is illegal is a Mexican. Everyone from DACA is Mexican. Let's go with that narrative. Make Americans feel that they're smart. You don't have to care. No one's asking you to care about DACA. If you don't like DACA, then don't support it. If you don't like DACA, then vote against it. That's your right. You can do that. But you don't have to lie to make stuff up. And the reason why I know you're lying was, well, the norteños and serranos, and the reason why the Mexicans who come here from norteños and from the northern side and not serranos because they're so poor and look at Guadalajara and all that stuff. And I don't know where to begin with this because guess what? My family's from Jalisco, and everybody knows that Jalisco is not in the northern part of Mexico. We're actually in the central, not northern part. Jalisco is not in the northern part. In fact, Jalisco is closer to the southern part than is the northern part. It's right. Jalisco, Guadalajara is actually central west of Mexico. It's the center part, not the northern or the south. Norteños is mostly states up north. Serranos is states down the bottom. But the thing is, that doesn't, because they got more money to pay the smugglers. That's not true. Everybody knows that the majority of the legal immigrants that come to the United States come from the south. Oaxaca, Puebla, Chiapas. You know those people that you call short, fat, ugly, and stupid that you make fun of all the time? Oh, well, you Mexicans are all short and weird looking. You got these square bodies. That's where they come from. The same people that you call black are the same people that come here that you make fun of. Or what about the people from Oaxaca? And you know where a lot of Oaxacans are? There are a lot of them in New York City. You know how many black Americans make fun of them, how the way they look? Yet these are the same group of people. Well, why don't you look at the way you discriminate these people? You do the same thing. That's the thing that people don't understand something. They make it out like, and this is something that's really stupid about this. If you ever go to these states in the southern part of Mexico, most of them are not black. And the reason why a lot of those people from Mexico, that area, the southern part of Mexico, are leaving is because a lot of those Mexicans are going. That's where a lot of the drug cartels are being hit. That's where a lot of economical poverty is over there is far worse. That's why a lot of them are leaving those areas, like Guerrero, Oaxaca, Chiapas. There's a lot of war going on in those areas. That's why a lot of them are fleeing. Now, don't get it wrong. There's other parts in the northern part also a lot of issues there too. And I don't know where this guy's talking about. Oh, well, the Norteños have money and the Serranos don't. That's why it takes for Michoacan. And I'm looking at Michoacan. I'm like, dude, have you ever been to Michoacan? There's a lot. I'm thinking to myself, there's a lot of Michoacans in the United States. There's way more Michoacan people that live in the United States than there's people from Jalisco, if not more. And the reason why there's more because Michoacan's hit badly by these drug cartels. I don't know where this guy gets his ideas from. And the reason why I say I'm trying to be honest when I'm saying this, most of the people that come to the United States come here because they want to make money. That's really just it. I mean, they're not trying to come in to suppress black people or white people. They came to make money and help their families back home. The same thing with Latin America. And I got no problem if you don't like Mexicans or, I know how Mexicans are. If you don't like Mexicans, man, then don't talk to them. Don't go near. Take your money and go somewhere else. What the hell's wrong with you people? Oh, it's not just Mexicans. It's just every single Latin American country. Oh, Latinos are racist. Latin Americans are racist society. Then why are you guys going down to these countries and trying to get an orgasm? That didn't stop you getting an orgasm. Aren't you the same people who call all the other Latino nations racist? Oh, they hate black people in Colombia. Then why are your asses going to Colombia then? They ain't stopping you. Oh, it's these leftists. It's the left Democratic Party. Oh, please give me a freaking break. Republican, conservatives, Democratic, liberals. It's the same thing. Everybody knows how the United States is with Latin American countries. You don't even care about any of these people. You don't care about what's going on in Oaxaca, in Guerrero. You're not down there fighting the cartels. You know who's doing that? The people down there. You're not going to do nothing because you're lazy. I told people about this. There's a lot of problems in these areas, or all throughout Mexico, man. You're not going to see not one black or white American going down there and fighting, helping fight these people. But the people down there, they're doing that right now. I got no problem. You don't like DACA. I got no problem. You got issue with Mexicans. You don't like them. That's fine. But when you are literally lying to people to prove your point, I'm sorry, man. I have no respect for that. Oh, because they're Latinos mostly. No. Everybody knows that in the South, people from the southern states of Mexico, they're the ones that are migrating to the United States. The vast majority of the people from the South are moving to the United States because a lot of them are really poor. And that's a reality. And when you look at the economics and political and social problems in those areas, it's really bad. And a lot of those people that are living here right now in the States here are trying to address what's going on down there and try to help their families over there. You don't respect that. You want to revisit this made-up history to prove your point. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All you Mexicans, short and fat, square bodies, and all that other stuff. Those type of people that you guys make fun of, they're from that part. You know the parts they're from? A lot of the areas there was a lot of violence. And you know those small, little, short, little people that people keep making fun of? Those are the same people that I see down there when I go down there. Those are the same people that I see down there with their guns, their rifles, all day and night trying to fight the drug cartels because the government in Mexico, the United States don't give two shits about them. They want to kick them all out and get all the resources. You're not going to say anything about that. And it's not just Mexico. They do this to all parts of Latin America. You're not going to talk about that stuff. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Well, I don't support DACA. Well, okay, don't support it then. What am I going to do?